Welcome back, everybody. The competition has started in South Korea already, and each day of the Winter Olympics brings a new challenge of sorts.
Yeah, a slight changes in temperature, wind, and the snow can mean the difference between gold, silver, or off the podium altogether. And that's where Olympic forecasters come in. And we had to get a closer look at that.
See that?
Look nice. At that.
Yeah, years ago I was employed by the U.S. ski team to travel across the world as the staff meteorologist. I went to Sapporo, Japan, Banff, Park City, Vancouver.
How do you get strapped with that job?
It was a pretty good gig. The deal is that the weather forecast is critical, especially for Nordic skiing, and that was kind of what I was focused on, because the temperature is critical to the type of wax they use for skiing. And the wrong kind of wax could make a difference in seconds towards whether you get a gold or not even get to stand on the podium.
We all know tenths of seconds and hundredths of seconds matter.
And that call on the type of wax was critical. And if you got it wrong, you have to answer to these athletes that may not have medaled because of that. So it was kind of fun. A lot of fun, again, back in 2010. Now we want to talk about, though, what's going on with this Olympics weather-wise, because some people may not realize what South Korea is like from a climate perspective. It's at about the same latitude as San Francisco, or let's say the state of Virginia, so it's pretty far south. But take a look. I'm going to show you some maps and suggest where the weather patterns come from in parts of Eurasia. First of all, you can see Korea's kind of sandwiched in between Japan and China. So you've got North Korea and South Korea. The weather, a lot of weather for Korea comes from Mongolia and Siberia. It's very cold here and dry. So the flow into South Korea is often a cold, dry flow in the winter months. As you can see, it comes right off the continent and it keeps things pretty chilly. Not as cold as it was in, let's see, it was in Lillehammer. It was one of the coldest Winter Olympics, but this one should be pretty cold too. And the Koreas are actually fairly dry in the winter. They do get winter snows. They generally come from areas of low pressure that come from the South China Sea, also across Japan, and that can deliver a little bit of snow. What's also interesting, though, we have lake effect here. In places like Japan and even parts of Korea, they have ocean effect. Huge amounts of snow are developed here because of the waters of the Sea of Japan, and some of the snowiest locations on the planet, believe it or not, are in northern Japan. But also, they do get some snow in South Korea, but it's not much, okay? And if you notice in some of the live shots we've seen, there isn't a lot of snow. Winters tend to be cold and dry. There is mountain snow. The mountainous region is right around here in northeast South Korea, so they do get snow. Now, one of the things that we've done here is we've taken Future Look and have moved it to Asia. So we can actually track the weather going on in Olympic Village, and you can see over the next couple of days, a little snow is possible, but also notice that storm track, bringing lots of rain to Japan, but enough cold air in North and South Korea to turn it over to snow. So this is kind of cool. We can also track the amount of snow expected over the coming days in North and South Korea. Look at all the snow you can see in Japan, and a little bit of snow is expected on Friday during the opening ceremonies for the Winter Olympics. We're also going to be able to track temperature and weather conditions here in Pyeongchang. Temperatures in the 20s today, but a cold and somewhat snowy weather pattern takes us into the first week of the Olympics here in South Korea. So kind of cool stuff. We're going to talk about the snow heading our way, though, coming up in our full weather segment. Was that interesting? Or?
It was.
I liked it.
I kind of worked really hard on those maps.
It was great. These are the conversations we have in the commercial breaks usually.
Right.
You were great, Patrick. Great job.